Joining us now for more CPAC Chairman Matt Schlapp. Matt, good to see you. Quite a day, a lot going on. You know Donald Trump personally better than probably anybody we've had on tonight so far. What'd you make of his body language at the end? 11-minute press conference. Nobody was expecting that.
Yeah, look, I think as he said, I love the quote, "There's no deal till there's a deal." That's perfectly right. And he takes risks. Politicians love to talk to death, Rob, and they're nervous to act. And he does like to talk about things, but then he likes to act. And it's foreign policy like we haven't seen before. And it means sometimes you have a big, long meeting, you don't quite get the result you want. But I think what he's hoping is that, hey, this is one of the most intractable problems we've seen in Europe in a very long time. And there's no sense sitting around rooms talking about it. Let's go talk to Putin. Let's see if we can get this done. And I think in hindsight, we're all going to be very appreciative that he did this meeting.
Is Donald Trump susceptible to Vladimir Putin's charm?
That's all just like banter. Yes, you can charm Trump. He likes it when someone's, complimentary. He's a human being like all of us, and he likes that.
Matt, you know why I asked that? Because Bill Clinton rolled over for Vladimir Putin. So did George W. Bush. And obviously Barack Obama and Joe Biden. It's not even worth bringing that up. Donald Trump's a little bit different, I think, personally. But is he susceptible to that same charm offensive that so many past foreign presidents have fallen victim to?
I've tried to charm him. It didn't work very well because he knows what he wants to get done, and he holds you to doing and getting that outcome. So no, I don't think in the end Vladimir Putin's going to be able to charm his way out of this. If he decides to continue to wage this war against Ukraine, as much as Trump in the campaign had very neutral language, in the end, the war simply has to stop. And if Vladimir Putin is dug in on this war, the fact is Donald Trump has a lot of tools at his disposal to make Vladimir Putin's continued hold on power much more questionable. If he starts to exercise real economic sanctions, things could get very serious for Putin. And Putin is smart enough, he's lasted this long because he's no dummy, to understand that. So there's a little bit of a cat and mouse game that's going on here. And it's going to take a little. The problem is too big to resolve in one meeting, but it starts with a meeting.
Vladimir Putin arrived with a delegation of high-powered Russian business leaders. Sergei Lavrov, the Russian defense minister who's been around for more than 25 years in that role, deplaned with a CCP sweater on. What was your reaction to that? What was the message they were trying to send? This is a return to the Soviet glory days, I suppose?
Well, that's his whole theme, of course. The glory of the old czars, the glory of the expansion of the USSR. I mean, that's been Putin's whole raison d'etre, which is, I'm going to make these Russian people who have like a shortening lifespan, have a massive problem with alcoholism, have a military that has readiness levels that are like at the bottom of the scale, but there's a psychological hold on power that he has by deluding the people across his country that somehow the glory days are around tomorrow. And that's why if America continues to drill, baby, drill, and Putin can't hold Europe hostage for his fossil fuels, things are going to change for him rather rapidly. And this delusion will go away, and his hold on power could ebb. And he doesn't want any of that. So he's got to figure out a way to deal with Trump, which is why he said that if Trump had been president, probably none of it, they wouldn't be here today. And that's the truth. The fact is Donald Trump is the only president since Putin has reigned who was able to keep Putin in his box. And he might be the only president that can get him back into it.
And they put on a show today at that Elmendorf joint base in Anchorage with this flyover, the B-2 stealth bomber. Don't forget the B-2 was the same aircraft used to hit Iran a month ago. And this was all done by design, deliberately. I'm sure Putin would do the same thing if Donald Trump went to Moscow. But this was on U.S. soil, and Donald Trump is not Joe Biden. He's certainly not Kamala Harris. And I think he was very deliberately trying to send Putin a message. Now, the question is this Reykjavik 2.0? People say Reagan, Iceland, Reykjavik, 1986 was not a successful meeting. Don't forget, 4 years later was the fall of the Soviet Union. So it started. It was the first domino that 1986 Reykjavik meeting. 15 seconds, Matt. Final thought.
Yeah, look, I'd rather have big, massive bombers at my disposal than a sweatshirt. Give Trump the advantage on the theatrics around the visit. And second of all, you're exactly right, which is, this Russian empire, and this isn't much of an empire, could completely crumble if they get it wrong with Trump.
The same GDP as Italy, which says everything you need to know. Russia geographically more than half the size of the United States. So it's the United States plus another half, which is just remarkable how much land they've got. Matt Schlapp, good to see you. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you. Appreciate that.